guys, we are back again. You are sitting really close to me, so that only means really a story time. So welcome back. I thought I'd give you all a story time of how me and Harvey began. So it all started when I first started to ride. So I was about, let's say, 7, 8 when I started riding. So I used to loan different ponies, ride different ponies. Then I had an opportunity to full loan a horse. His name was Twister, but he got sold on. So then we kind of ended up with Harvey. But before that, we had a partnership with someone, and I'm not going to mention the name, but she basically didn't want the horse anymore, which is Tootsie. So my mum basically brought the other half of her because she was going into a house with this person so that she could get some help. But that didn't go to plan, so we kept her. She was ours. Then we got Harvey, who was a 2-year-old who was meant to be gelded. Unfortunately, he wasn't. He then was castrated, but then a few months later he had an abscess in his mouth, so we had to have his some teeth taken out, which I have got. Give me 1 sec. If you've come from my TikTok account, you'll recognise this box. This is Harvey's memory box, but yeah, trigger warning, teeth. That was his tooth. It's come out of him. It's interesting. This is a cap because he was only 2 years old, but he basically had an abscess in it, and teeth. The tooth was no good. He had a few out, but unfortunately I can't find them. If you want to know what's in the box in this one, go over to my TikTok account and you'll see it there. But yeah, he had an abscess. So he was on a lot of painkillers and things like that. Then we carried on, and one night we got a phone call. It's a phone call you'd never think you'd get, but we got a phone call telling us that someone's kicking Tootsie in the head. Yeah, these kids basically just want to say. At this point, the horses used to live out 24/7. They never used to come into a stable, nothing like that. They lived out 24/7 to make sure they're exercising and things like that. It was more of a natural, but now they're getting older. But yeah, we had a phone call that someone was kicking Tootsie in the head. Harvey was 3 at the time, so probably wasn't great for him either. I think Tootsie was protecting Harvey. Like it was her fault, his fault, her fault, yeah, that was correct. But yeah, that's where it all started, and then we moved yards to where we are now, and to be honest with you, we're so happy. We share a yard with another girl, which is great, and he goes in the stable, excuse me, gets a lovely stable and things like that. So yeah. What else? We have been competing this, well, when was the last time we competed? Yeah, we've been competing. We've done dressage in hand at my college and my mate's riding school, and we won the dressage there. But it's all about learning. That experience with Harvey's been difficult. It's been a hard journey. If you've come from my TikTok, you've seen the journey that we've had to go through. Tootsie, when she was at the old field, had a lot of injuries, and we don't know why. She's pulled tendons, ligaments, and do you remember me telling you about the brow band in my recent video? That brow band I did before my birthday. This is because Tootsie managed to slice her leg completely open, and you could see the bone. So luckily my mate was up there with us, and it wasn't just me and my mum. So we were grateful for the fact that someone else was there with us, because I think we would have panicked, as anyone would. But yeah, we just tried to pack it, get pressure on it, walk up to a stable, because we did have stables. It was optional if they wanted to go in, but yeah, packed it, was holding pressure on it. My mum was ringing the vet, rang my mate, well, rang our mate, our other mate, and basically she would come up and she was like, yeah, we need the vet. So we had the vet. That took months to get her back right. She had a plaster cast on. We tried bandaging her. It was just so much work to get her right. And now she's lame again, and she is 18 years old now. So, or 19, maybe 20. She's an old girl. Harvey's 10, turned 10 last year. To think that we had the mare, Tootsie, at the age of 12 or 10, we had her. She's now 18. We're 20. We've had Harvey. So tired today. We've had Harvey since he was 2, and he's turning 10. 10 and 11 this year. So the plan, fingers crossed for this year, is to go out more, and I want to take you guys with me. So I'm wanting to do fun rides, more competitions. I really want to at some point do a camp. But yeah, and at some point I want to look at getting a 3.5 ton lorry. So I'm going to go and look, maybe. I don't know. I've been looking, been browsing, and I just need to save money, which is difficult when I've been buying so much stuff for them. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, back to the story. It's been difficult. He has a rearing problem, which is why I bought a martingale for him. He bucks, he can be strong, but I love him and I wouldn't change him for the world. We've all had ups and downs with our horses, whether we're top dressage riders, top Olympic riders. We've had our doubts. But when you get in that saddle, it just canter or trot or do something that you've been working so hard to do. It feels amazing to be able to say, I achieved this. What else? Oh yeah. Harvey never used to lunge, so what he used to do is turn at me and run at me, or go to kick me. I asked for help. I received none. I had to deal with this problem on my own. So I thought to myself, how can I deal with such a big problem? How can I make it easier for myself? So what I did was I long ground him. Got him getting used to going forwards and getting used to those lunge lines a little bit more in the roller and things like that. Just getting him used to this sort of thing. And I thought, okay, we're doing well. Let's move on. We moved on. I was lunging him with 2 lunge lines so that if he went to run at me, I can pull him the other way. Moved on. Brilliant. We're doing so well. Then I decided to lunge him with 1. We did well. We stuck and he was doing brilliantly for over 2 months, I think. Then, unfortunately, we took a step backwards. He then decided to go to kick me again. So I took it back to the 2 lunge lines. And then we had a brilliant couple of months. I kept going with these 2 lunge lines for about 3 months. And then we had a breakthrough. And he finally can lunge with 1 lead rope. The only thing that we do have a problem with is once he goes out on the rein, so let's say either rein, when he first goes out, absolutely fine. But when you ask him to change the rein and you've got to send him away, it's really difficult. You just have to wait and be patient. What else? Oh yeah, he's rearing. Harvey had a tendency, as you've seen on my TikTok if you've come from there. If not, go check out my TikTok. I'll link it in the description below. He used to rear up on me in the field he'd go backwards and then just rear. Obviously this is not safe for people. So I was trying my best to just push through it, and I'm still pushing through it to this day. Training is difficult, but it's very, very vital for the horse. He was huge, he was fat, and he's lost weight now, so I think he's feeling himself a little bit too much now. But yeah, I think that's it for this story time. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed, drop a like. If you want to see more, maybe meet the horses, meet my animals, subscribe. Why not? Give you something to do or watch. So that's the story of me and Harvey, as well as Tootsie. That's it really, guys. Thank you for watching. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.